Yeronga Eagles basically started as a transition from El Salvador Soccer Club, which started late 80s. Salvadoran immigrants coming to Australia, got together to put a football team together, and then slowly progressed into a football club, juniors, seniors, women's. And the natural progression for the football club was to start looking at Yeronga Eagles as the new flagship, but it's still having our Salvadoran culture and roots shone through. Yeah. So around the 80s and the 90s, there was a civil war in El Salvador that was happening, and naturally a lot of people tried to seek refuge in other countries, Canada, the United States. Some of us are very fortunate to come to Australia. There's Salvadoran families in Melbourne, in Sydney, in Perth, obviously Brisbane. So naturally, when everyone arrived basically around the same time, they seek refuge with their own people. The lady would sell food on the weekend, they'd play football, families became joined together. So that's how basically it evolved into a football club from that. Yeah.
I think it's pretty common within the footballing community throughout Australia that it was an ethnic game, and we're no different. 30 years ago, or just over 30 years ago, we had some people come overseas to escape civil war in our home country of El Salvador and created a community club. And my parents met at this club. The people that founded this club still are here today, and it's something that for a lot of the children that are now grown up like myself, it's where we first learned how to kick a ball. So it's hugely, deeply ingrained. I'd imagine it would have the similarities to the Brisbane Cities and the Olympics. So the culture that we have here, it's quite new in comparison, of course, but certainly something those clubs that we aspire to be. We've had the opportunity where when we announced that we were going into this particular league, the club president, Julio Menendez, they've still got strong ties back in the professional leagues over in El Salvador. And we were actually part of their nationalized televised pieces of information of sport because they were just so stoked that a community outside of the country was trying to progress. So things like that where we get the ability to play such hugely well-oiled, of high caliber, with great reputation teams, it certainly helps for us to be able to see what it's like, what the standard is really like to be at that level. And as I mentioned, hopefully one day be able to go, all right, if that's where we want to be, this is sort of the blueprint of what's required.
So the club's been trying, for many, many years to be part of the Football Queensland pyramid. Absolutely, big step. We're in a position now where not only have we sort of achieved, the elders' dream of getting into that Football Queensland competition, but it also gives us a platform to be able to grow the club, to be recognised around our colleagues around Football Queensland, build our junior base. We want to start focusing on women's next year. So slowly, I think that we're, let's say, crawling before we're walking kind of thing and finding our feet, but absolutely a massive step, and we're absolutely very proud to have got to that point. Yeah. For me, the biggest, point that we're very proud of is seeing our players that were playing at other clubs, whether it be MPL or FQPL 1, 2 or 3, that representing the Croatians, the Greeks, the Italians, when they didn't have a home, to play at. So now that we've got that ability, we've obviously attracted them to come back home, and it's awesome to see them playing in our colours, where they originally started from. Yeah.
They've been hungry, this is their club, the community club as well, so for a lot of the boys. So we started off very good. We were able to get in a pretty good pre-season, and then just when you get a little bit of momentum going, you get a few wins, a few games under your belt, the whole COVID thing, a little bit of a break in between there. But I gotta say, it's been, for the first season in for this club, I think it's been pretty good. Very happy with it and the way it's going so far.
I think having a local supporter for apparel and on and off the field equipment, it's fantastic. We couldn't be happier with the partnership. We've dealt with Vito before under El Salvador, but under the Yeronga Eagles banner, it's been really nice for them to design our first kit that we've ever done, like the new polos. So it's been great. We couldn't be happier.
Even before my time here, Vito have always been a supplier of great gear, and the fact that it's Australian owned, it's part of our community now, the last few seasons in particular. The kit that we have, unbelievable. In terms of the playing kit as well, we've got a great away grey away kit and then a blue home kit, which you guys did an amazing touch, which all of us recognised immediately was our country's silhouette on the back, which was a touch that I don't think any other apparel person would have even thought of. And to have someone like Vito be able to support us in the beginning of our journey, we hope it's just the beginning of a really long friendship, something that we can, somehow, in one way or another, be able to show that Vito is the brand that we will choose and will continue to choose, because that personal touch, I don't think you can get many other places, if anyone else.